So, Randee, what you been up to for the last 2 or 3 months? You been doing anything exciting? Seeing any new movies or anything? Because you've been on my ass about doing the podcast. I mean,
Ghostbusters. I saw Ghostbusters.
I seen Ghostbusters in 1984, 85. You talking about that one?
Oh, no, that's the original.
Why you got a grumpy lip on? That was one of the best movies ever made.
What?
Yes. Ghostbusters number 1.
Is that the one where they had s'mores walking around the town?
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure is. I'm the funny guy. Quit trying to be funny. You know, I finally got to see that movie.
Afterlife?
No.
Oh, 1984? You waited for it to come out on DVD?
No.
And it didn't come out till 2005?
No. Avengers Age of Ultron.
Oh. What?
Yeah, the Avengers movie. You remember the Avengers movie, right?
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah.
Had the helmet on, was flying around, shot laser beams out of his hand, red and yellow guy. No, we're going to be talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife. When Ghostbusters Afterlife was being teased for almost, a year and a half.
Yeah, it seemed like forever.
And then when the pandemic came out, where did that go? And they didn't release the movie, and they finally did. And I'm okay with Ghostbusters. I've liked it. I liked 1. I liked 2. I didn't like the one with the chicks. I thought that should have been an episode of Star Trek Discovery. It was so bad. But Afterlife, I finally got to see it. And when they came out, and I have my really good friend Thomas Galvin. You remember him that does all the car wraps and stuff? Huge Ghostbusters fan. Jason Raleigh out of Tampa. He comes to SYFY all the time. He didn't come this year. He had some other things going on. Huge Ghostbusters. And I have 3 or 4 ectos that come to SYFY bar.
Yeah.
So I like Ghostbusters. But when they started talking about it's going to be all these kids, and I'm like, oh, damn it. They're going to ruin it because they're going to put all these kids in. It's going to lose all the feel of the original Ghostbusters. One night, a few months ago, I happened to be thumbing through Facebook on a Saturday afternoon, and I saw where Ghostbusters Afterlife was about to be released on HD and video, and DVD was going to be available the following Tuesday, which I always wait for DVD. But since we've done these podcasts, a lot of you do not know, Laura and I finally broke down and got the internet in our house.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yes, we have like this little robot-looking thing in a corner, and it broadcasts to all our televisions. And I got Star Trek on every TV in my house now on different channels, and I've got Disney Plus thanks to you. I can watch the Lando Calrissian guy when he's dressed up like in the suit of armor.
Yep.
It has the little Kermit the Frog on his side. I watch that now, and I can watch the guy that show about the guy that's actually was eaten by a giant sandworm on a dune while they were looking for like spice, and then he crawls out of the worm's asshole and gets up and decides that he doesn't have his armor, and he goes and finds the Lando Calrissian in the armor with the little Kermit the Frog and gets his armor back from him, and now he's like a Sith Lord or something like that.
You know a lot about this.
I know,
I'm tickled
and I
up.
haven't even watched the Book of Jehovah Witness, so but I want to, So, but it's up next, so I can watch all this stuff. So I told Lori, I said, we're going to do something special tonight. I'm going to cook us a couple steaks. It was a Saturday night. We're going to get completely naked and go sit in our chairs and watch a surprise movie. And she didn't go for the completely naked part, but if she did, we probably wouldn't have watched Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I loved. I thought it was great. It surprised me. I was very skeptical, and a lot of you guys know from watching our show, I'm the skeptical one out of me and Randee. Randee gets sucked into jumping the shark stuff. I do not. I've been there, done that when Fonzie did it. So when I watched this, I was amazed, and both Laura and I, the thing that got me on Afterlife was the music. Because they didn't actually really play the Ghostbusters theme. Because what do you always say? They beat that dead horse with that theme. But they play the little background music like on a piano or something. Like, oh, man. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to spoil it for you. So turn your phone off or whatever media you're watching this on. But they bring back, what's his name? The dead guy that died in real life. The actor that was in Ghostbusters. Egon. And because they had him die in the movie, which I thought was cool. And, well, not really. I mean, that's terrible because he was a great character. But they brought back a lot of Ghostbusters people.
They
Annie
did.
Potts makes an appearance in it.
Yeah.
You know, Winston. I love that part when they're in that train. You got to find that clip. When he's in the train station and he's Winston. I love that part of that. I think it was the second one. So, if you were a Ghostbusters fan, don't go to watch it for the original Ghostbusters, like with Murray and Aykroyd and all the rest of the guys, because they're not in it until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Right. But my favorite scene come out of that last 5 minutes.
Which one?
When Dan Aykroyd is asked if he's a god.
Yep.
Just like the original.
Yeah, I know they did, because Zool comes back. Gozer and Zool come back. That's what this is all about. That just because they were in the first movie tied to the building that was like they called it an antenna to the afterlife or whatever they called it. And the Hell Dogs are in it, but they actually go to the actual focal point. And Vekman, what's his name? What's the guy with the glasses? You just said his name a few minutes ago. Why can't I not remember that guy's name? I'm terrible with names.
Who are you talking about?
The one that passed away. What's his name? Character's name?
We just said it.
No, Randy knows it. He's playing with me right now.
No, I actually slipped my mind.
What's his name? Comes back, glasses guy that died. Alec Reitman? Harold Ramis character. Egon Spangler. And thank you, Lori. I'm just playing dumb, right? You got it. So he actually buys this farm where Zool is and quits the Ghostbusters just to monitor, because he's gotten wind or the sense that he's coming back, and he was. And Ant-Man's in the movie, but he doesn't have his suit. He doesn't shrink down, but he's in the movie, and he's a substitute teacher. You know, the Ant-Man. So is it Ant-Man or is it Star-Lord?
It's Paul Rudd, Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, it's not Star-Lord.
But that was him, right? In Avengers?
Ant-Man.
As Ant-Man.
Yeah, but he was the Star-Lord, right?
No.
That's the guy that was in the Godzilla movies. That's right. The guy that was in the Godzilla movie.
And Jurassic Park.
Yeah. No. What's Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic
World.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the baby Godzilla wrangler.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So anyway, he's in the movie. He helps the kids. The kids grow up. They have their own thing. They find the original Ecto, and it's busted ass piece of crap. They have to fix carburetor on it, like they do most of that model. And they got it going. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of excitement. There was a lot of shooting in it. So Randy really loved it.
I really like it.
If you haven't watched Ghostbusters Afterlife, I really highly recommend it. From someone that's old school, that really was focused on the original Ghostbusters movie, the first one from the 80s. But it was really delightful. I enjoyed it.
Is there any talk of another one?
Oh, I'm sure there will be, but I think it's just going to be the young kids going back.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard chatter that they're actually going to go back to New York and open the building back up and start doing that and have their own little deal. But as long as they keep with the hint of the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Aykroyd is in it more than the rest of the actors, I think.
Yeah.
Because they call him at Ray's Books and Occult or whatever it's called. And they play up on that. There's a lot of hat tip to the original Ghostbusters movie. You got to watch the signs, and because there's a lot of signage around the haunted farm that have lines that come from the original Ghostbusters. But it was great, fantastic movie. Take the time, pay the $19 to download it on the internet, or go to your big box store and buy the DVD. I need to go buy a copy of that. So, what is your thoughts on Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I was very surprised. I thought it was going to be... I mean, yes, I like Stranger Things, and I like The Goonies, grew up with that. Right. It's got kids in it. I just kind of felt like it would kind of be cheapened a little bit, but I didn't feel like that at all.
I don't think it was cheapened at all. I'm in the same boat. I was in the same boat with you, because I was expecting Stranger Things. I'm not a fan of Stranger Things. I loved Dungeons and Dragons when I was growing up. I played it. I want to play it again one day when I have time, but Stranger Things just had too much of that vibe of it, and I didn't even watch the last season of it.
Oh, you didn't?
I need to.
I like it. It's pretty
but because there's a lot of 80s stuff mentioned in it, I've been told.
Yeah.
I'm a big 80s fanatic, so but yeah, I'll give Ghostbusters Afterlife 7.5 stars for my personal taste. What about you?
I give it an 8. I was very surprised.
An 8? Yeah, I was very surprised too. So that's this show. Join us for our next fantastic YouTube podcast. What do you call this thing? Video
Vlog.
Vlog.
I
want to bite you on the neck. But anyway, come back, join us again, and thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is a comedy show, people. We mess up on purpose just to make you think and to do your own trivia in your head. Think of it as a live trivia game. And you go to those bars and you do the little trivia game. They call out the questions, and everyone's writing all their little answers down on the paper. And everybody's like, oh, they're having to use their brain instead of their phone and all that stuff. That's what this show is like. I want people to use their brain. And I don't care if you think I'm an idiot or not, because, you know, I am. But Randee's is the smart guy of the two of us. But anyway, thank you, Just Randee. We'll see you next time on This Is Talking Sci-Fi with
Just Randee
and Sci-Fi Sean. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That's awesome. I didn't know that guy was dead. Chris Farley? Really?
Yeah.